The latest Infinity War trailer dropped yesterday while I was at work. So I'm reviewing it now so I can put it on my channel. So let's get into it. Let's watch it.
The entire time I knew him, he only ever had one goal. To wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers. Just like that.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us. We have what Thanos wants. So that's what we'll use.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Wow.
The end is near. When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist. Perfectly balanced. As all things should be. I hope they remember you.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. Then I am Spider-Man.
Well, very epic as I was expecting, since this is a big battle and the culmination of like years of like them laying storyline threads to lead up to this, or storyline clues. You know, they've been building up to this epic, battle since I think the start of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I'm sure this movie will deliver that, and it will have a lot of emotional moments that a lot of longtime Marvel fans and just people who like the MCU are going to be really affected by. And you notice Wakanda was featured heavily in this trailer. Of course, Marvel is going to show stuff from Black Panther, since Black Panther is a most recent hit and it's beloved by a lot of people and has made over $1 billion. So I expect a lot of Wakanda. I wouldn't be surprised if Wakanda is in this movie a lot, and a lot of Wakandan characters, including Black Panther himself and Okoye, right? From the Dora Milaje and Shuri. They'll be like pretty prominent in this movie. You see them in that scene with Captain America and Black Widow and Winter Soldier, and I think Iron Man too. But that scene, the Wakanda portion of this movie, I wouldn't be surprised if that's pretty big. And their role in this movie is pretty big. And the voiceover, the opening voiceover is by Gamora, talking about, because in Guardians 2, and I think one in the Guardians movies, they revealed that Thanos was basically, he raised her as his daughter or granddaughter, but she doesn't like Thanos that much. But growing up with being raised by Thanos, she knows him very well. And she said he's always wanted to destroy half the world. In comics, in the Infinity, the Infinity Gauntlet comics and other Marvel comics that Thanos came from, he was really obsessed with death, and he was in love with death and wanted to kill a bunch of people. I forget why that is, because I haven't read too many Marvel comics beyond the ones I've read. So I'm sure Thanos has gotten a lot of character development beyond that I don't know about. Like, I don't remember exactly why he wanted to, why he loved death or wanted to kill people. So many people. But I think, that's what she's referring to in this movie. And I think, they've been teasing for a while that after this movie, between this movie and Avengers 4, there's going to be, the Avengers team will be changed for ever going forward with future movies, and that, some people might die in this movie. And I think Infinity War and Avengers 4 will be sort of a mini Ragnarok for the Avengers team and roster. The same way Thor Ragnarok teased the end of the world. But, in the Norse myths in Ragnarok, the world ends, but then it's reborn out of the tragedy or out of the energy. And so I think that thematically or symbolically, Infinity War and Avengers 4 is going to be like an end or a destruction of the Avengers as we knew them. And we're going to get a completely different, radically different Avengers going forward in future movies. I mean, they've already been through some tough stuff. Like in Civil War, they were all fighting each other. And I think Winter Soldier, Bucky, he killed like Tony Stark's parents, right? Or one of them. And I'm sure the friction between them is going to be pretty high. You know, Steve Rogers, Captain America, and Iron Man fought over that. And Captain America took Bucky's side over, you know, Iron Man's, which I'm sure crushed him. I only saw in Civil War once a long time ago, but I think I remember it right. But anyways, the Avengers are kind of ready. The stuff has happened. They've kind of been set up to be torn apart because of what's already happened to them, that team. And so, you know, I think they are going to experience a little mini Ragnarok, which, you know, is going to only happen in Infinity War and going forward. And they teased, you know, that people, I think, are hinted that someone or multiple Avengers are going to die in this movie. I don't know if they're really going to kill anybody for certain, especially not if certain actors want to renew their contracts. You know, why let that go? But, you know, it could be Captain America, you know, Steve Rogers, or Tony Stark, Iron Man, one of those two. I do know that I like all the people who've been playing the Avengers so far in the Marvel movies, but I think that all of them, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man has done the most dynamic acting, like the range. Like in his movies and in Civil War, you know, he's the one who does the most crying and yelling and emoting. If he gets paid, I've heard that he gets paid a ton of money, more than other people in the Avengers franchise. And in my opinion, he's earned it. I mean, he does a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to his thespian stuff. So, but you know, I don't know if they're going to be doing any more Iron Man movies anytime soon. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one who dies, if anybody dies in this movie. But, you know, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe goes on, you know, without him or with someone new as Iron Man or whatever. But I don't know. They could surprise us. It could be Steve Rogers, and then they'll have Bucky, you know, the Winter Soldier, become the new Captain America temporarily, like happened in the comics. Or Sam Wilson, the Falcon, can become Captain America, which has happened in the comics too. And there is Thanos, you know, super CGI Thanos. They complained about Thanos being all CGI in the first Infinity War trailer that came by, because people just like to complain about things. You know, they complained a lot about Steppenwolf and his CGI in Justice League. And I think both Thanos and Steppenwolf looked fine. I mean, you can tell they're CGI characters, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying the movie. I do wonder if going forward you'll see big studios like the MCU and Warner Brothers, who does DC movies, move away from all CGI villains to combat this criticism. But we'll see. Because after Infinity War, I'm wondering, are we ever going to see Thanos again? Well, I guess, you know, we saw him after Infinity Gauntlet in the comics. So I guess maybe Thanos, if he survives Infinity War, he'll live to fight another day. But if that happens, I wonder if they will continue using him as an all computer graphics character, or if they'll try to emphasize Josh Brolin, the physical actor, underneath all of that computer generated effects, and just use a lot of makeup. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm sure Marvel is so strong and so beloved, they can continue doing Thanos all CGI in spite of the criticism and probably get away with it. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what they do with him if he lives past this movie, if they want to continue with the Thanos character. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to Infinity War. I'm sure it's going to make a ton of money, and a lot of people are going to love it. A lot of Marvel fans are going to lose their minds. And very soon, in April 27th, we're going to see exactly what all of us has been about for years. But thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel, because I appreciate your viewership. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.